What's up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. K-Rino. Look, I wanted to talk about something that's, I guess, a little more for people, more internal, to try to maybe help some people with it because it's something that we all go through, it's something that we all deal with and experience. I would say, if not on a daily basis, but pretty much. I don't know why I'm moving so much. I'm trying to get comfortable, but just not maybe not on a daily basis, but a few times a week. And I just want to try to give my take on how you could probably better handle it. And that's dealing with frustration. And it seems simple, but it's really one of the more pressing emotions that we can experience as people because frustration tends to hinder your desire, and it distracts you from having the desire to be productive or to move forward. It kind of knocks you off your track a little bit because it can sometimes come out of nowhere. It can sometimes just be accumulated over a period of time and build up. But other times you can be in a really good space throughout your day, and then something will take place that brings you instant levels of frustration. So I just wanted to kind of give you my take on some of the ways that I deal with it, or the best ways that you could possibly deal with it. One of the things that you have to do initially is you have to immediately, to the best of your ability, remove yourself from the frustration space. Wherever it took place at, don't just stay there and bathe in it. Just step away. Even if you're stepping away into 5 or 6 feet or another area of the house or whatever the case may be, you just step away, kind of look around, and okay, it's not as bad as I think it is, because the feeling of frustration and anger can just shoot up real quick. It's out the blue. We all know that. And then if you do not have control over your um, reaction, then it can lead to other crap that you don't want, those roads you don't want to go down. So that's one thing, to step away, just kind of just get into a different space, because you don't want to remain in that energy. Then you come back, but you come back alone. You don't go back to the source of the frustration. You just come back to yourself, look around, allow your mind to be infiltrated by other things. You may read a little bit, you may watch a little TV, you may get on the internet, you may listen to some music, you may talk to someone who is um, more of a positive person, predominantly positive person, and they have a tendency sometimes to lift your spirits up. And more importantly, you can pray and take it to the Most High for the resolve and the strength to be able to make it through the frustrating moments and to deal with it a little bit better. For me personally, those are some of the things that I do. But also, if you are a person who has any type of creative outlet, then that definitely serves as a means to relieve stress and frustration. And of course, y'all know, for me, if I sit down and write, then it comes out. I was frustrated yesterday, last night. Yeah, last night I was hit by a wave of frustration, and instead of just wallowing in it and allowing my mind to be overtaken by it, I kind of laughed a little bit and I was like, you know what? It is what it is. Because that was a particular situation that I was unable to change. There's nothing I could have done about it. So what I did was I turned on a beat and I wrote a whole song. And the song wasn't about the frustration, although it could be. You could use your creative outlet to talk about what it is you might be feeling, but for me in particular, that's not what I did. I wrote about something totally different. I was on a whole another topic, and about 1.5 verses in, I was straight because I had allowed myself, or I had forced myself to let my mental energy be centered around something else other than the frustration. And in the beginning, it's like, yeah, you're thinking about it. The first few lines are still picking at you, but when you start to get into that space and you start to see this work coming together, you look at it totally different. You're like, man, I'm not even really tripping on that as much or at all. So those are just some of the tactics and things you can do to relieve frustration. But I think another main key is to always assess, if you can, because a lot of this stuff is easier said than done, but try to assess at the moment that it hits you if it's really that serious. It's like, man, okay, this ain't something that I should really even be just totally flipping out about. So what I'll do is just relax, put myself in a different space, either subject myself or create a different type of energy to surround myself with in that moment. And then I'm confident that when you do that, it'll help knock that back a little bit. So I hope this helps y'all out, man. I hope this video helps y'all out. If there's anything I'm forgetting, feel free to drop it in the comments below. How do y'all deal with it? Just being frustrated. And oh, last thing, taking your own advice. A lot of times what I try to do when I'm going through something, I try to ask myself, if a friend of mine was going through the same thing I'm going through, what advice would I give them? And I reverse it when I'm going through this. Say, okay, well, if my friend was going through this, I would tell him to do such and such and such and such. I have to take my own advice. But sometimes when it's you ain't trying to hear all that, but you have to look at it like that. So put your comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for the notifications so y'all to know when your boy dropping something new. And it is what it is, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. Peace out.